So are you aware that you are an energetic force of nature and you have every control over how much manifesting power you actually have? In this video, I'm going to be breaking down for you very specific ways to really amplify your ability to manifest. Let's dive in. So while you think you can touch and see things that seem very physical, they seem like they're at a place of resting, still, everything around you in your room right now seems like it is still, right? Well, contrary to what your eyes see, every single thing in this universe is vibrational, including you. Everything is vibrating at a certain level, particular to its density or, as a living being, its state of consciousness. For example, the human body resonates constantly at a vibration of about 62 to 68 megahertz. Now, when you get sick, your body actually drops below 60, 59, 58 megahertz as your well-being drops. Cancer is somewhere down in the 40s when your body gets really sick and filled with disease and ongoing. So when you know that, what we know to be true, which feels very obvious when we look at the fact that as your vibrational state lowers, you go to a place of dis-ease, sickness. That also goes for mental health issues, psychological issues where you're not feeling as good as you felt before. Your vibration is dropping. So it's very obvious. So what we need to do to keep ourselves at a higher level of health and well-being is to keep our vibration high. And there are very specific ways to do that. And what happens then when your vibration is high, like attracts like, okay? So when you're at a low frequency, you're gonna be attracting things, people, experiences, opportunities, thoughts, beliefs that match that vibration, okay? So things, if you believe that life is always out to get you, if you believe that you're gonna be sick, if you believe that people are bad, your frequency is going to be vibrating on that. It's like a radio channel. So every single thing that is going to be coming into that channel is going to be proving you right. So we wanna raise your frequency so that you can manifest or attract all the things that match this higher frequency. So if we can get to where you know that the world is amazing, okay, and there's wobble moments. I know that this is a process, like you're gonna come in and out of it. It's all part of your evolution as a spiritual being. But the goal is when you wobble to bring your frequency back up. This is your choice, it's in your power. It's actually very simple to do. This is one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful thing that I learned in my spiritual awakening journey. Because back before I had my spiritual awakening specifically, I believed that I was a victim. I had been victimized. I was abused in the home I was growing up in. I was abused by my first husband. I was in this role where I just believed that people were out to get me. I would talk about it. I would ruminate over it. I would constantly cry about it. Now, mind you, those things do deserve to have feelings that are felt. Like we need our healing. We need to feel the pain that is running through us based on our experiences. So anything painful that you experience in life, any trauma, I'm a former counselor and psychotherapist. I do believe that we need to feel those feelings to heal them. But there comes a time in your evolution process where you have the choice. Do we continue to ruminate? Do we continue to make that our identity, like I used to with the victim identity? Or can we awaken to realizing that that victimization is not something that's happening to us, it's actually happening through us. We have the choice then to make a new decision that keeps our frequency high, that then attracts those things that come in alignment with our new belief system about peace and love and joy and success and manifesting abundance in all areas. So then once you get your frequency that high, you will start attracting things, people, experiences that match it. I am the perfect example of this shift in life. The year that I decided to make the shift from moving out of a victim mindset, because I had this awakening moment where I realized the way that I was living, everything changed for me. I ended up leaving that relationship. I ended up having an evolutionary process where I learned how to live in a new state of being. And that's what I want to show you here over the past 7, 8, 9 years. The things that I've gathered, I'm going to share here with you today so that you can keep your vibration up at that high state of consciousness so you can attract things that match that level of manifestation. For example, did you know that foods have a vibrational quality? Were you aware that actually things that are fresh from the earth, things that actually aren't aren't cooked, because when we cook, we actually take away some of that high vibrational quality in foods. Raw foods, all those raw greens, the berries, raw nuts, they actually contain the highest vibrational quality. So when you're ingesting those into your body, you're contributing to a state of higher consciousness, higher well-being. You are scientifically contributing to your own wellness. Now, when we eat things that drop down the scale, so down as not as high vibrational, are things like dairy, things that have been processed, not horrible, but not as good for you. When you drop down to things like fast food, processed food, hot dogs, hamburgers, actually dead animal tissue, which is all meat, the frequency of those items is actually very, very low. This is why veganism has taken off, and people that are really trying to stay at a higher level of consciousness tend to eat more vegetables, more fruit, more things that are natural. Is it bad to eat protein or animal meat? No. You should definitely take into your body whatever feels right to you. But now that you know that, check in with your body, ask your body if it really desires this. Sometimes you need the protein, sometimes you need the iron. So, no condemnation for whatever you want to eat. I just want you to pay attention to the awareness that you have now, that the quality of vibration of foods that you're taking into your body have a direct effect on your overall well-being. Another example is that being out in nature actually has a very high vibration and immediately connects you with a higher frequency of being, a higher consciousness. That's why you always feel good whenever you've gone and taken a walk in the woods, you've been to the ocean. It's because you have a reset. So when you're walking through the woods, you're actually doing something called forest bathing. And the forest, if you allow it and want to activate it, can act as a natural cleansing kind of screen, if you will, as you're walking through. The trees are all interconnected. There is this beautiful energy running through the trees. And if you would like to have it, next time you go through the woods, ask the trees and all the beautiful little spirits that are in the woods to cleanse you, to cleanse your energetic field, and that anything that does not serve your higher good to drop to the earth to be recycled for good. The trees are there to absorb that for you. They can drop that into Mother Earth and everything will be recycled for good. It's a beautiful thing. So when you're also in the ocean, how great does it feel when you go swimming in the ocean? It's because the ocean water, the salt water, actually has a natural reactivation element to it. It actually resets your energy field to a higher frequency. Be aware that being in nature, even if you're just sitting at your desk and you can just connect with a bird outside, or just shift your consciousness to having a connection with anything in the natural world if you're unable to actually go and immerse yourself, and you will immediately have an energetic connection and raise your frequency in that moment. Something really specific that I learned is also smells have different frequencies. The smells that are like putrid, low frequency, very often that is something that it will feel very unnatural to you to breathe it in. Smells that are of higher frequency feel really good. Now, I'm not talking about artificially created smells as in perfumes and all that. I'm talking about natural smells. And one of the best places that you can get it is, besides in nature, is in essential oils. And one of the coolest things is the one essential oil, they all have a higher vibration, but the highest vibration essential oil is that of rose, the smell of the rose. So if you want to raise the vibe in your home, go get some rose essential oils and burn that in a diffuser, and you'll immediately elevate your consciousness through your sense of smell. Now, I want to give you some really very simple, very immediate actions that you can take to raise your frequency. But before I give you those final actions, if you like material like this and it makes you feel super good and excited about your life, like this video and subscribe to my channel, because I want to make sure that you know when all this new leading edge content comes out. Back to the video. Now, there are a few more things that will immediately raise your vibration. And the number one thing that I want to tell you about is this amazing thing called playing, dancing, having a good time. We are taught, or at least I was taught, that you're supposed to no pain, no gain. You're supposed to struggle before you have a good time. In this new paradigm, no. Do you know your body loves having fun because your frequency is high? You know why you feel so good when you're at that concert and you get chill bumps and you feel this exuberant feeling in your body because the consciousness of those arenas are actually extremely high because everybody is in a state of joy and of fun. Music is one of the most natural vibration raisers that you can have, music that you like, because you're actually resonating. Each one of those sounds has a vibration. And when you really have a connection to that type of music, because it's resonating with you, it's something that your soul really needs. Your soul loves to dance. Your soul loves to have a good time. So give yourself permission to be a little childlike, to be a little funky, to do dance in your kitchen. Please do more of that. Give yourself permission because you are contributing to your overall well-being by doing so. So the highest vibrational place you can be, besides being enlightened, is being in a state of peace and of joy and of love. And the number one thought pattern that can bring you to that is appreciation. Appreciation, gratitude for something in your life. So every day on the way to school, I ask my kids, what is something that you can really appreciate? Now, this doesn't have to be anything right in front of you. It can be the way that the ocean sounded when you were just there. It can be the fact that spring break is coming up. It can be the way that it feels when you hug your dog. It can be the fact that your favorite baseball team hit a home run last night and you got excited. Anything that you can be like, man, that was a great moment, that you can feel appreciation for in your life. If you can conjure the feeling of that appreciation in your mind, body, heart, and soul, and practice this. When you practice it, the more often you practice it, the more easily you're going to be able to find that feeling. Just feel that feeling for 17 seconds or more of appreciation. And when you're doing that, Abraham Hicks teaches this, that 17 seconds mark is a sweet spot of manifesting power. So everything I've been giving you now is putting your vibration up at a higher level of manifestation. So the feeling of appreciation is one of the highest levels that you can get to. So in any moment, maybe you get pissed off in traffic, or your boss really pisses you off, or something with your spouse, or you get in that moment where you're thrown off your cloud, you're wobbling. Pick a better feeling thought. Go towards anything that you've appreciated in your life, in the world, the favorite singer that you love, anything. Sit for 17 seconds and just milk that feeling. Just be with that feeling. It will immediately bring you up to vibrational frequency that will then attract like things to you that match that level of appreciation. The universe is conspiring to always match you and to prove you right. Now, a few final things I want to give you are just simply daily ritual, daily practices that you can do to add to your daily ritual. I do these in the morning. If I forget, I do them in the afternoon. If I forget again, just do them at night. Put them into your day. They're best in the morning because they start your day off right. Meditation, again, is one of the top ways. Just sitting and just being, focusing on your breath, focusing on the unconditional love of God. That resets your vibration at a very high level. Cleansing your energy body on a daily basis. When you're in the shower, just ask that any energy that doesn't serve you be washed away in the water. That's a really simple thing you can do. And lastly, just practice breathing. You've probably heard a lot about breath work. I'm not going to get into the complications of it because there's a lot of different methods. Just take a deep breath from the base of your spine up to the top of your head. If you can, just do that 3 times. I know you want to right now. It feels really good. What you're doing when you're taking a deep breath is you're actually activating the energy centers of your body. You're lowering your metabolism, and in turn, you're raising your frequency in a really simple way. I hope that all these tips and tools serve for you to have a life that's of higher consciousness and higher frequency so that you can manifest all that you desire directly to you. So if these teachings resonated with you in this video and you want to keep that inspiration going and you want to have some support around keeping your frequency high, so I have a free masterclass that I'm offering you below on how to activate this rebel soul inside of you that's leaving behind this old life of feeling bad about yourself and activating all this high vibrational stuff. It's totally free. I'd love for you to be there. Click the link below. I can't wait for you to be a part of my tribe.